Hello y'all, and welcome to YoungFolkKnits. Today I'm going to be chatting all about newly released patterns from August. Hello y'all, and welcome back to YoungFolkKnits. If you're new here, my name is Casey, and on this channel I share all about my love of fiber arts. So there's knitting, sewing, spinning, whatever else we might be up to at the moment, and I occasionally share about life on a small farm here in Arkansas. So if any of that sounds like it might be your cup of tea, then make sure and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any future video content. Each month I like to filter out the newly released patterns on Ravelry and take a peek at what has been added. And then I share some of my favorite picks from both well-known designers and some hidden gems. So let's take a look at some of those new patterns. There were definitely some good ones this month, and that shift from summer knits to fall making is almost complete. I saw lots and lots of sweaters, warm cozy cowls, hats, and the summer knits, there's still a few left that some of you fast knitters might enjoy adding to your queue, but definitely mainly cozy season. My friend Sari Nordlund, one of my absolute favorite designers, released a plethora of beautiful knits this past month in August. First of all was the Laulu V-neck tee. This is actually a pattern that I test knit and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lovely, lovely knit, and I enjoyed working the chart so much. I found it very engaging but not overly difficult. Sometimes I really need a knit that requires some engagement, a little bit of focus, but isn't so hard that my eyes are spinning, and this was it for me in August. She designed this using the Wandering Flock Cotton Lino, which is a yarn base that includes multiple different fibers. It has 35% cotton, 30% silk, 20% cellulose or linen and flax, and then 15% alpaca. So it's a nice drapey blend. It doesn't have a lot of bounce because of the plant-based fibers, the silk, but the halo comes from both the alpaca and some linen in it. So it's a really interesting base. I enjoy it very much. I love the finished project. Some of you may have a sensitivity to alpaca, and so I will throw that out there. I don't find it itchy, but some people might find the little alpaca hairs to be a bit prickly. I think it is extremely soft personally, and a lovely drapey yarn. This yarn isn't going to have a lot of recovery like a woolly yarn, so because of that, once you block it, it's pretty much going to be that shape. It would be very hard for you to block it smaller, so it will grow a little bit, but the drape on this is absolutely beautiful, and it has great stitch definition. So the lace and cables in this chart pattern pop. I ended up making mine out of the color Pyrite, and I think it's a really beautiful grungy gold green color. She also released the Laulu V-neck top. So this pattern is almost the same as the V-neck tee, but it doesn't have sleeves, and the arm shaping comes in a little bit. So very similar, but two great options for that lovely Laulu pattern. She also has it in a sweater and a shawl. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. But this is a great little series that she has. For a summer knit as well, she released the Lily Vest, and I have to say, I think this is so pretty. I like it with the buttons, but honestly my favorite is with the ties, and I don't know how wearable that would be for me because a lot of times I will have gaping. I have a large difference between my upper bust and my full bust, so I can see it gaping a lot on me, and because of that I don't know how much I would wear it, but looks wise I prefer the one with the I-cord ties. I think it is just so pretty. It is a sport weight pattern, 21 stitch gauge, and she knit it in Durerum Natura Antigone. I do have this in a lovely red orange color, and I am very tempted, but I'll save it for next year. Okay, there was a really fun hat pattern released, and this was called the Pinky Hat. It's so cute, and the reason I'm sharing it is because my daughter, who has been knitting for a while, but really just knitting knit stitches or garter, not really purling much, she fell in love with this hat and she wants to knit it. It's a worsted weight gauge, so 20 stitches, and it does have some really cute details in it. There's a very simple colorwork motif, and I believe they call it flea stitch, but it's so adorable. And there's an optional Latvian braid, which I think would be a little bit above my daughter's skill set, but this is so cute. So I just keep thinking how much fun and what a gift for your children to teach them how to knit and let them knit their own hat. I think they would absolutely treasure it. I'm not the best teacher myself. Sometimes I think kids learn better whenever they have a different teacher from a parent, but still have the parent available to help guide them and help them with, any issues they might be having. And so I wanted to share a class that is so perfect, and it's from the sponsor of today's video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is actually the largest online learning community for creatives like us. They have such a wide breadth and depth of topics that whatever your interest is, they have a class for you. While knitting is my first love, I do have an interest in so many different things, so many different crafts that I would like to become more proficient in. And Skillshare has helped me so much in those different areas, like painting. I have had so much fun taking some watercolor classes. I now have one of my paintings hanging proudly in my studio. But since knitting is my true passion, I'm always working on something, and my kids have shown such an interest in the craft. It's not always the easiest thing teaching a young child a new craft, and that's why I love this class. I wasn't sure where to start, but in the class Knitting for Kids and Adults, Kendra Ortner will teach you the basics of knitting, from casting on to casting off. She covers the basic knit stitch, purling, and kids as young as 6 can really begin to master this craft. It's never too late to learn how to knit though, so if you or a friend of yours would like to learn the basics of knitting, this is the perfect class to set you up for success. One of the great things about Skillshare is that you learn by doing. So you'll actually have a class project, and when you're finished, you'll have something super fun to show for it. Skillshare is a wonderful platform to connect with other creatives, to get inspiration, community. So whatever you're interested in learning, whether it's illustration, art, watercolor, painting, knitting, crochet, drawing, photography, video, learning to use Procreate, whatever the topic, there's a class for you with leading instructors in their field. And that is why I'm so excited to be partnering again with Skillshare this month. The first 500 people to use the link in my description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free premium trial of Skillshare for new members. So pick a topic and get started today. Thanks again, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. But yes, my daughter loves to sit and look at all the new patterns with me, and she was very excited to see that one. There were some really fun sweaters released this month, like the Ovis sweater by Caitlin Hunter from Boyland Knitworks. This one is adorable. If you love sheep, which I think most of us do, I'm pretty sure we all need this sweater. It's knit in DK weight, so it is a colorwork DK weight sweater, which means you're going to have double stranded DK yarn all over, and that could be hot. It could be warm for a lot of areas like Arkansas, but I love it enough to make it anyway. A few other things about this pattern, which was designed in Ritual Dyes Merona, which is a Cormo yarn, a 3-ply. Colorwork knit flat. So it's a drop shoulder, and it's knit top down, which means you'll knit the back in colorwork flat. You'll be knitting and then purling, and then you'll pick up and knit the front flat, and then you will join in the round and work the rest of the pattern in the round. But that's a lot of flat colorwork knitting, and if you're not used to knitting colorwork flat, there could definitely be some tension issues. So that is something to take into account. I think this is adorable. I did buy it immediately, and I have yarn picked out for it. I just need to be responsible and knit some other things first, but it will happen. It is absolutely adorable. Another lovely sweater released this month was the Sula 2. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly, but this is a pattern by Nora Gone, who is an absolute genius. Love everything she makes, and the stunning pattern, the cables in this, but done in this beautiful tonal yarn. It took my breath away. I love this color. It's a deep blue with hints of teal in it. It definitely has an ocean vibe to it. And I find that panel of knits that go down the center to be beautiful, engaging, definitely eye-catching, but I like how it's still very simple. It doesn't take up the whole sweater, so it keeps it very clean. I like this a lot. So there was a sweater released with this motif previously, but this one is a fingering weight, and it's knit at 30 stitches, so knit on a US 3 and a US 2, but it's worth it. It's so beautiful. It's so stunning. I think that it would be a treasured sweater for anyone who completed it. Another beautiful pattern is Poppy. So this is released by Joyanne, who is a prolific designer and knitter. I love watching Joyanne's YouTube channel and also following along on Instagram. And this is a beautiful pattern. So it was designed at a fingering 28 stitch gauge, and it reminds me a bit of a blouse, but it has some really nice raglan increases that I think are so pretty, but yet simple. It's a 4-in-1 pattern, so it has instructions for a fingering weight blouse, a dress, a DK weight blouse, and a DK weight dress. What a bang for your buck. I think that's amazing. Also, I think the sleeves on this are really pretty. I love how they flare a bit at the wrist. Not dramatically. They're just pretty and elegant, and I love everything about this pattern. So wonderful job, Joyanne. I will be making one. The Sula Pullover by Kit Couture caught my eye. Mainly caught my eye because of the outfit that was being worn in the cover picture for this pattern. I am a huge fan of a light sky blue with rusty red pants. I just think it looks so good. And so I think this outfit looked amazing. I don't know that I've come across this designer before. So the pattern is really beautifully all over textured cables, but not overwhelming. I think that this is something that you could add to your wardrobe and wear it as a basic, while at the same time being a lovely special little knit. But mainly I'm taking inspiration from the color and the outfit. So the most beautiful, stunning colorwork sweater was released by Knit, and it is the Rosie sweater. It absolutely has taken my breath away. It is so gorgeous. It is so stunning. I love so much the creamy oatmeal backdrop, solid, and then you have these gorgeous stripes of roses, of these flowers. It's so pretty and yet simple in its own way. It doesn't look overdone. It doesn't look overly dramatic. It just looks elegantly beautiful. And everybody I have spoken to loves it and wants one. So that lets me know it's not just me. This is a hit. It is knit at a DK weight gauge. So it was designed using a fingering weight yarn held with a silk mohair. I cannot use mohair. And if I use a fingering weight in an alpaca sari, I will get a gauge bigger than a fingering and mohair. So I would probably try to knit this out of a DK weight yarn that has a bit of a halo, because I do think it looks really lovely with that, but also just a woolly wool in a DK weight yarn I think would work really nicely. My friend Inga from Knitting Traditions released a beautiful new sweater. She looks stunning modeling it, and I love all of the details in it. So this is a top-down raglan. It is initially worked back and forth, so you can get some nice shaping and it's not snug around the neck. You get that little bit of extra fabric from short rows at the back of the neck, and then it's joined and worked in the round. So there's some very pretty little cables. They're not big, huge ones, but instead they're cables. It looks like every second row, and it has options. So you can choose between a crew neck or a mock neck or even a longer turtleneck. And I love that. I love the look of the longer turtleneck, but I think in Arkansas, sometimes a crew neck is just a little bit more wearable. But it's knit at a DK weight gauge. It's meant to be a little bit cropped, but the hem, the bottom of the body, is got this really great texture to it. So it's really interesting, and I think it would be an engaging but not too difficult knit. Another brilliant pattern that was released this month is the Old Salt Socks. This is a pattern by Ashley Adams from Design by So and So, and these are just the cutest, most adorable fishy colorwork socks. So she is co-hosting the make-along with me, Fish Girl Fall make-along, where we're all just living it up for fisherman core, fish girl fall, anything that fits the coastal vibes. We're here for it. And these socks are the perfect pattern to make if you want to enter the make along. I have a pair going right now. I'm also going to be making a pair for my husband, and they're just so adorable. They give me all the sardine vibes. And I think the cutest thing about it is that all of the fish go one direction except for one errant little fishy that is facing the wrong way. And I think that's so cute and genius. So Ashley did an amazing job. Everybody needs a pair of these socks. Last but not least is the Pierre Dress. This is beautiful, beautiful, an amazing piece of art. This dress is designed by Joanna Garish, and it is knit in a fingering weight yarn in this stunning lace pattern, all over lace. I've been in love with the Pierre motif in each iteration. The sweater, the tee, there's a sleeveless top version. I just think this is such a gorgeous lace pattern. Now we have it in this stunning dress. The details, though, are breathtaking. Look at the back. There are multiple back options. You can have a fun one button with sort of a peekaboo hole towards the top of the back, or you can have buttons that go all the way down the back. So many different beautiful things about this. If you want to make a knit dress and you're okay with an investment of time, because this will be an investment of time, this is your magnum opus. It's amazing. So bravo, Joanna. Another lovely, lovely pattern. Another beautiful pattern to get ready for fall is the Divino Pullover. This is a pattern by Claudia Quintanilla from Unit Toronto, and it is the perfect balance of elegance, fluffiness. It just looks like a cloud, but it is a very elevated piece while also being a basic. It has a really lovely oversized fit, but it doesn't look baggy and frumpy. It still looks really elegant and beautiful, like it was meant to be oversized and designed to be that way. And I think the reason for that is because it fits nicely at the neck and shoulders while still being oversized, and that is a key to it. No doubt the German short rows help with the neck setting correctly, and then you have this all over beautiful, simple but effective texture. And I think if you knit this in a light yarn, so I cannot use mohair. This was designed in knitting for all of silk mohair, but if you can use a Surrey alpaca, I think that would be absolutely lovely. They also very generously offered a discount code for this pattern for my viewers, so I'm going to put it on the screen, and if you're interested in getting this pattern, then you can grab it using the discount code. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I let time get away from me, so I want to throw up here the winner of a pattern from last month's video. So if you will, please email me, Casey@YoungFolkKnits.com, and I will get you a pattern of your choice. And if you are interested in winning a pattern this month, all you have to do is comment on this video, and I would love to gift another one of you lovely viewers a pattern. Thank you so much. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. And until next time, happy knitting, y'all.